Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video I'm going to be doing my Blu-ray update for winter 2017. I didn't think I'd end up doing this video so soon because I was initially planning on combining winter and spring, but lately I've just been in sort of like a Blu-ray buying mood, and I've just sort of got a little bit crazy than what I've normally been for the past few months because I've sort of been a bit more reserved. And yeah, so there will be an actual separate update for spring because, yeah, as I said, I was planning on just combining them because I didn't think I was going to be buying that many in spring. But yeah, so you get two separate Blu-ray updates. So this one is covering, of course, winter 2017, so the Blu-rays that I got in June, July and August. Most of these I got in July because there's actually a JB Hi-Fi opened up in my area, and since they're basically like an electronics chain, but they do have a decent DVD Blu-ray section, so of course I had to go check them out. And yeah, so I'm just going to get straight into it. So the first one that I have is a TV show, and I do have this on Blu-ray. Normally I'm not, like, I've started to not be too picky about TV shows that I pick up on Blu-ray, but this has been a set that I've been eyeing for a while, and in the end it sort of didn't, like, there wasn't that much price difference between the Blu-ray and the DVD, so I just went with the Blu-ray, and that is the complete 1960s Batman with, of course, the late Adam West. I was eyeing the, like, limited edition with the Batmobile that came out when this set was initially released, but it was just way too much money. Like, I couldn't justify spending the amount on it, even though I did want the show in my collection. But yeah, I don't think I've seen a full episode all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, but I love the 1960s movie that they did during the show's run, and yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to delving into this set. But yeah, I've been, yeah, as I said, I've been eyeing it for a while. Finally got it for a relatively decent price, so and yeah, I thought with Adam West passing that it was time to finally get around to adding this to my collection. So I do have the complete 1960s Batman TV show, so that's that. And then I'm going to go through the Blu-rays that I picked up when I went to check out JB Hi-Fi, see what they had in stock. And I'm pretty happy with what I ended up picking out, because there's some movies that I've been wanting to own in my collection for a while. And the first one is the Age of Adaline with Blake Lively. I was actually very pleasantly surprised by this movie because I wasn't really expecting much, but you know, I thought it was pretty decent for what the movie actually was. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it, and I liked Harrison Ford in this as well. So yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, the greatest movie ever, but it's like, for the time and that, it, like, the length of the movie and what the story's about, it's, you know, a fun way to fill in a couple of hours. So I got Age of Adaline. And then probably a lot of people are going to be unhappy that I picked this up, but I did get Independence Day Resurgence. I liked this movie, sue me. Yes, it's not anywhere near as good as Independence Day, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Yes, it was like an unnecessary sequel, but you know, I was entertained, and I recently rewatched this and Independence Day because I hadn't seen the first one for a few years. So, and yeah, I managed to grab the steelbook for it because it was, I mean, I'm not really surprised that probably the steelbook was still around. But I thought it was nice, and it was like under $20, so I thought, why not? I mean, I know I've said that I don't actually really collect steelbooks anymore, but, you know, if I see the occasional one and it's at a decent price, I'll pick it up. So, but yeah, it's not something that I, like, absolutely have to grab. So yes, that's Independence Day. And then I got what is currently my favourite movie of the year so far, and that is Logan. I loved this movie. I went in with, like, zero expectations, because, I mean, I'm one of those people who do like X-Men Origins, and I did enjoy the Bluray, but I didn't really keep up with news with what was happening regarding the filming, and all I knew it was like based on the Old Man Logan comic series, and then I went into it and it was completely different to what I was expecting, and it was just such a great movie with great performances, and it was dark, depressing, brutal, and it's definitely Hugh Jackman got to go out on a high if this is indeed his last portrayal as a character, and like he worked really well with Patrick Stewart in this, and I just love this movie, and it held up on rewatch as well, so because I rewatched it, I think it was last month actually, because I was finishing off my X-Men rewatch for the so I've been rewatching the X-Men movies for this, but I did I really love this movie, so had to of course pick it up. So it's Logan, and then I got Nightcrawler, which came out a couple of years ago. I wasn't sure what to expect when I first saw this, because I think I watched it, I caught it on Netflix, I'm pretty sure, but it was a very interesting film, and I thought Jake Gyllenhaal gave a fantastic performance, because I know there was a lot of controversy when he didn't get nominated for like an Academy Award for his role in this, but he really carried this film, and it's sort of like a very interesting sort of topic, and sort of like when the lines sort of become blurred, and because it's like it deals with covering crime scenes and getting that footage, and and then it's sort of like it's balancing the line between when you start to become create the news yourself, and it's a very interesting movie, and it's definitely one that I wanted to rewatch in the future. So when I found it, I thought I would add it to my collection. So that is Nightcrawler. And then the last movie that I got for that particular haul at JB, I got Sunshine, which is a Danny Boyle film. I'd seen this a few years ago, and I remember liking it, but when I thought back on it, I was like, I don't really remember too much about it. Just, that it was like a sci-fi, and that it had a pre-Captain America Chris Evans in it, so I did like it at the time I watched it, but it had been, as I said, it's been a few years since I'd watched it, and then I rewatched it last month, and it's definitely the kind of sci-fi film that I actually quite like. I love movies that take place predominantly, say, on a spaceship or a space station, and it's just like the tension, and sort of as the characters are trying to cope, especially with whatever situation they're faced with, and because I just find those settings really fascinating, and normally if it's set in that kind of environment, I will I wouldn't say most definitely like the movie, but I would be more inclined to check it out. It's probably what I'm saying. But I thought this one was quite a well done film, because it's sort of, they've got to save the sun because the sun's dying, so of course that's impacting on the planet Earth, and I just thought it was I guess it's sci-fi thriller. I quite enjoy this one, so it's Sunshine. And then I have the new releases that I picked up over the past few months, for winter. I'm very selective with what I pick up on new release now, because it has to be a movie that I absolutely loved in order to justify paying new release prices for it, because normally I started just waiting until they either hit multi-deals, or if they drop in price, and then I'll consider picking it up. But I did get 3 new releases in winter 2017, so I will just go through these ones. And the first one that I have is the Lego Batman movie, which it's not wasn't one that I was initially planning on picking up on release, but then the more I thought on it, the more I was like, you know what, I really did enjoy this movie. I just had a lot of fun with it. Like, I loved the humor and like all the little like jokes, and one of my favorite probably moments in this is when because there's like reference to the Daleks in it, and they were called British robots. I just, for some reason, just got a huge kick out of that one. But yeah, I just thought this was a lot of fun. It actually had a lot of heart to it, which was more than what I was expecting in terms of, like, you know, character development. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I don't know if I prefer it more than the Lego movie, because I did actually really enjoy the Batman character in the Lego movie. But I still had fun with this, like, fun with this film, and yeah, it's definitely one, like, you know, one that'll get multiple rewatches. So yeah, I decided to randomly pick it up on new release. So that's Lego Batman movie. And then probably one of the most divided movies, especially among the fans, I did pick up, of course, Power Rangers, the new movie that came out earlier this year. If you've been following my channel for a while, you will know that I'm a massive Power Rangers fan, so I was definitely excited for this film. In fact, it was like my second most anticipated movie of 2017 behind The Last Jedi. I was that excited for it, and I can safely say that I was not disappointed. I know there's people who complained about, you know, that it was trying to be like dark and brooding, and like especially with the changes that they made to, like, the, I guess, costume designs and everything like that. But, you know, I didn't mind those changes because I liked the updated take on it. And one of the things that I did actually like about this movie was, because obviously in the show they're sort of like, they instantly became, like, they were all friends, and then they were this, like, you know, like, they just instantly knew, like, how to fight and all of that. I liked that, you know, that they didn't, that they weren't really friends to begin with, and then we sort of saw their bond over the course of the film. And then also that I liked that they had to train, like, to actually become Power Rangers, and like, it wasn't as simple as just, you know, saying it's morphing time and you know, instantly becoming a superhero. Like, it was more about, you know, I guess, self-discovery and also accepting who they were. And I just really enjoyed it. I also liked that there was actually tension between Jason and Zordon. I thought that was quite an interesting take on it, because, like, obviously in the show they didn't really have that much conflict, I guess, with Zordon, because, well, I suppose, you know, he had a 20-minute time constraint, and I think, yeah, that was sort of an interesting thing that they did. Like, you know, they had, like, Zordon had ulterior motives for forming the Power Ranger team, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I did also really enjoyed Elizabeth Banks' portrayal as Rita Repulsa, and yeah, I know it didn't do too well at the box office, but I'm really hoping that we'll still see a sequel at some stage, because I do want to see the Green with Evil saga adapted for the big screen, because I just think that would look so cool if they adapted that for the like, the new updated movies, because I think that would be an interesting scene that take place in modern day, because yeah, just to sort of see yeah, just to see a different take on the Green with Evil saga. But anyway, I did, of course, I'm going to keep rambling about this, but I did love it. I did pick up Power Rangers on release, so yeah, that's the 2017 Power Rangers movie. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I did pick up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yeah, I just had so much fun with this. For a time it was my second favourite movie of the year, but Atomic Blonde has actually slotted into second place, so yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this movie. It's I think some people, like, I think it's a bit mixed in terms of reception, because I've seen some people who absolutely loved it, and then I think other people who were like, it was okay, and then So I think I do prefer it more than the first one, but I'm probably going to do, like, you know, watch them back to back and then see whether I like, you know, which one I prefer more. But at the time, I really did love this movie, and if only for one scene in particular with when Baby Groot, Rocket, and Yondu are on the Ravager ship, that, like, scene, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard during any, like, movie scene before. Like, it just, I think, made the movie for me. Like, I would have given that film, like, the film 5 stars just for that whole sequence alone. But yeah, I haven't watched it since I did pick it up, because I picked it up at the end of last month, so, but I will be probably rewatching both Guardians films very shortly, so, yeah, so that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that is everything that I picked up in winter 2017, so, there's a decent sized stack here, like, because as I said, I've sort of been a bit more selective with what I buy, and, you know, I'm trying to save money, so, I just sort of wait until, like, I get, like, the sales happen and I can get multi-deals, and also, like, because these days I've got this rule where I don't buy a movie unless I've seen it and I enjoy it enough that I want to rewatch it, so, that's sort of helping me be a bit more, I guess, selective with what I buy, and, yeah, so that is it. I'm just going to stop here because don't really have anything else to say, really, so thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!